Hi everyone, Comic Book Reviewer here. This time reviewing on All-Star Superman issue number 1. Now, in case you know, the All-Star series was attempts to try and create their own sort of DC stories without the main Earth continuity. Now, what I've got is All-Star Superman, done by Grant Morrison. Now, let's go to the story. The story is of how it's like doomed planet, desperate scientists, last hope, kindly couple. Add that all together and you've got Superman. So, of course, this involves where the Professor Quantum and his team are trying to steal fire from the sun, but one of his men ended up mutating into a Lex Luthor monster hybrid created by Lex Luthor. So at the same time, Superman is rushing in to save them. Meanwhile, at the Daily Planet, Lois is writing her Superman story before they happen, and Cat Grant can't help stare at this macho guy from the window, and Steve Lombard says, "Superman saves son? We all know that, Lois." And she says that she always writes stories before they happen. Now, differences between the movie and this is that Jimmy Olsen put on some address in that. In this, it's just a rocket pack and helmet. So, of course, Perry White gathers everyone together, mentioning how they managed to bust Lex Luthor, and now that he's going to be sent to prison, and having old Sparky as a roommate. So, meanwhile, at Lex Luthor's underground lab, Lex is controlling his creation, while at the same time General Lane shows up and mentions that he was released to serve for his country, not on his own. But Lex Luthor strangles General Lane and mentions that Superman is still getting younger and he's getting older, and he wants to do something about it. And he wants to prove that he's just as good as Superman is. So of course Superman comes in, rescuing Professor Quantum and the scientists. And the creature jumps in, Superman takes it down. At the same time, he develops a new Kryptonian power due to this, what happened, and this causes him to rescue the scientists. Meanwhile, inside a little, kind of like Polis Massar in Star Wars, is how Professor Quantum explains that due to what happened in the sun, is that his cells had over-absorbed all the energy, and Superman is dying. This is kind of like having cancer or a disease. At the same time, he apologizes for what's happened, and that he says Lex Luthor used him to kill him. But of course this isn't his fault. He had no idea Lex was going to do this, but it was a simple chess game to him. At the same time, he promises that he'll do what he can to help. And at the same time, he promises not to tell anyone about this. Not until... he says no one must know. Not yet. There are things I have to do first. At the same time, at the Daily Planet, Superman's about to make it through, and Perry White's counting down in 10 seconds to get him fired. And Superman saves a kid and his dog. And we have a perfect reference to the Christopher Reeves Superman, how he just clumsily goes down, and the typical Colonel Klutz. And also, by the end, Lex is being escorted to prison. And at the same time, Lois is helping. Lois and Clark are talking while Clark's helping Lois carry her stuff. And you notice there's something about to fall on him, on this guy that's about to come with his dog. But Superman just pushes him aside and he says, "Clumsy idiot, your boyfriend's an idiot." Again, Superman just saved his life. Now, I know Clark is supposed to be the good guy, but really, he could have just noticed how that happened before. So at the same time, at the end, Clark reveals to Lois that he's Superman, and she drops her things. Now, the story I find is pretty good. It's kind of like when you're having cancer, or if you're dying from an illness or so, you want to make the last days of your life memorable, and Clark does that in this story. It shows that he wants to help the world and try and fix it. That's what makes Clark Kent and Superman one of the best characters ever. I give this a good thumbs up. Grant Morrison knows how to do a good story, and he knows how to make it work. So I like the story in general, so thumbs up again, comic review here, signing out.